Hello, Internet, and welcome to Tales of Terragia. I am your Dungeon Master and Cosmic Tour Guide, Nick Santano, and these are 6 players that are all very opinionated. You guys were all talking about something before we tuned in. Could you guys just real quick chime in?
I think
Market is a health food more often.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
We'll circle back.
I have points to make.
But before that, we're going to finish, tabletop RPG, stuff like that we're actually here for.
Yes.
In the meantime, everyone else out there, go out and find at Tales of Terragia at pretty much anything. On Threads, on Instagram, on TikTok, on the app formerly known as Twitter, and we're there.
God knows why.
But first, we're going to start this episode. Last time, the Second Law prepped for their journey to the heart of the ocean, a legendary archive of things deemed too powerful for mere mortals to handle, and where the Shard of Immortality is being held, and where a charismatic vampire is headed. You hitched a ride with the Sprickles clan, a family of Arena, a porcupine-like race from the Feywilds, who have hired your friend, Kiln, for protection on their journey. You kind of hitched a ride, invited yourselves along. The first leg of the journey has gone smoothly. You were ambushed by nothing other than some very long-winded stories about scrounging. Your first night with the Sprickles goes by peacefully. Thankfully, being this close to yokai and on a main road, there are substantially less threats, at least in this vicinity. The further away you go, there might be more, but at least in the moment, you're pretty safe. At least, except for now, we're being attacked by
A little
Mothra.
It's okay, we're camping.
Yeah, it's outdoors.
Yeah.
We're outdoorsy.
They're attracted to the firelight.
During the night, Kiln sets himself up for a watch. He obviously is doing the job. None of you are required to. You can choose if you want to stay up for a watch or not. Kiln volunteers to watch everybody during the night.
Okay.
I'll offer to take half of that.
I guess we've trusted him this far.
Yeah.
I can trust.
I've taken a beating from the night from Anara, so I'm taking a sleep.
At least, and you are volunteering to stay up. I don't imagine Anara and Kiln to be very chatty during the night. I will say it's up to you if you are or not. But Kiln does not initiate small talk pretty much the entire time. There's plenty of Mork Slink kind of crossover of them either looking at each other, slowly getting together before they eventually are playing around the area, chasing each other and stuff like that. To which Kiln rolls his eyes, but does not stop Mork. He just lets him have it fun while he watches. But the evening does go by uneventful.
Yeah, I know it's not a small person.
Something told me that. At one point during the evening,
Comfortable silence.
yeah, it's every once in a while, the playtime is broken up a little bit just by Kiln calls Mork over, takes him, and then throws up in the air, and Mork dissipates into a cloud and hangs there for a moment before coming back and dropping down, and kind of reports to Kiln what he
Oh,
sees.
I thought it was gonna be like playing with your baby,
Yeah.
where you toss the baby in the air and go.
I think
Cute.
Yeah.
Slink will probably start.
Our scheduled
when he
interaction.
starts doing that,
Yeah.
we'll just
Yay. Good job,
in
son.
sync. We'll just melt into a puddle at the same time, and then when Mork comes back, she'll pop.
You both do the exact opposite
So,
directions
yeah.
of dispersal, or one goes up.
So Slink is just thinking it's a game.
Yeah, amazing. But evening goes by quietly and uneventfully, but eventually you're all kind of roused in the morning, the sun creeping up. Day 2 of the journey to Port
I
Kazoosh.
think the same general plan with scouting ahead and
Yeah.
and investigating the culture of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll have them try and teach me. Do they speak any other languages?
They speak Common, Sylvan, and actually
Creole.
and Creole.
Yeah, they're Delta folk. They're from the Bayou.
Actually, I'm not sure if Arena have their own language or not.
I mean, if they're from the Fae, it would probably be Sylvan. That's the like.
I mean, yeah, they definitely speak
That's
Common
like
and
the
Sylvan.
Dialect.
That's like the common tongue
Tier
there.
2.
A little bit sharper.
They speak Common, Sylvan, and Vulpin.
Vulpin. I would be interested in hearing some Vulpin. I think to try and like learn a
Second
couple of
cousins to
words, just to it's a unique language, not often probably found.
Yeah.
So Tem would,
Married into the family.
obviously they love to gab. So just like teach me some basic phrases. That would be so wonderful.
Yeah, you heard, and as they kind of teach you, the Vulpin language is very kind of. It's very little trills and cracks and chirps.
Okay.
It's all
It's-
rolled R's, so I don't
It's
try.
a bit more your tongue. You gotta roll the tongue without.
It's hard with the my nasal passages are so extended, it's I have to the resonance there. So let me just
It's a bit more.
It's an engine turning over.
yeah.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of I kind of track back, so I'll notice this going on, and I take an aside to kill, like, more or less annoying than before.
I would say I would prefer Time in the Lost Woods with you guys actually over this, and
Wow,
that was
so-
significantly life-threatening.
Hey.
No, that's fair.
That's practical.
That's a lot of sound.
Yeah. So if for long enough, like over the course of the day, I can pick up a handful of important words, expressions, and gestures to communicate on a rudimentary level.
Okay, yeah. In which case, yeah, you do learn like a couple basic, like a first couple rounds of Duolingo of Vulpin.
Yeah.
The where is the milk?
Yeah.
Is this your cat? Yeah, they kind of
The bathroom is where?
Yes.
Yeah.
like
Her
half
daughter has a cat.
half sentences that you would actually use, half that are complete like who uses this in
Yeah.
conversation?
I would
Just
thi-
like Duolingo.
Yeah, but just like any weird, interesting kind of that I could bring to any potential use in the future.
Absolutely. At one point, Grandma Husha takes it upon herself to teach you all the offensive.
Yes.
Great,
curse
perfect.
terminology.
She's cantankerous, I
Yes.
can tell.
I like her.
But yeah,
She's my
after
family.
awaking and a breakfast that lasts too long. Eventually, Killen kind of has to be like, "We need to go." Well, we're burning daylight before the sprinkles are like, "Well, I'll only finish one bowl of porridge, but I suppose we should be moving on." And they kind of like start like wrapping things up, climbing into the wagon. For their second day's journey, can someone roll a d6 for me, please?
Oh, me.
Oh, bit of popcorn.
6.
Hey, the opposite side.
1, 6. Avoid the extremes. Maybe it's on
We'll never know.
Maybe gold falls from the sky.
Yeah, first part of the day is, again, main road travel, so pretty uneventful. Is there anything that you want to do, say, fill the time? Unfortunately, these travel days are a lot of just travel, a lot of walking.
I imagine if there's times where Anara's talking to Kilm, I'll try to take lead a little bit too and try to look around and switch between detect magic thoughts and then also going into like the divine sense. And as I'm like walking now with my curse cutter sword, I also want to try to get a sense if I could sense or detect curses that are nearby too. And to also do like a general like arcana check that's just around, just get like a vibe of what kind of magical senses I'm gathering. I know I'm gonna get a lot of stuff like what we're pinging and what's in the trunk too, but just a little feel for what's around.
Absolutely. You do get a little bit of just flickers, nothing that's concerning or like alarming to you, but you do pick up the occasional like not like it's sort of a sixth sense where you think maybe about a mile that way is like one of those like fate portals might open up, might not, but you get a sudden like coalescence of kind of fey energy which dissipate.
Okay.
And that happens like a couple times here and there, and you imagine that might be a sort of like precursor or warning to these portals. Just it's a residual effect basically that has on the landscape. But give me a Arcana check real quick.
Cool. 14.
Yeah, you, especially now that you've several times now sort of used the senses to isolate, find, locate people, and now that you're getting better at it and kind of tuning the radar a bit more, you do sort of like start to hear, taste, smell, whatever you want to qualify it as, but there is a difference in like curse, hex magic, something that a malady, something that's meant to like stick to someone and affect them, and regular kind of like magic or spell work. You don't detect any kind of like specific active curse hex on anyone. You do get a very light, almost kind of like half quality hex or curse pick up from the tattoo on Zakkai's arm.
Okay. So I just kind of like take a note of that, and as I'm just like looking around, just sporadically, just doing all the senses that Anara taught me. And I just kind of keep randomly just looking towards Zakkai randomly too.
Just like juggling some sand or something. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm okay. What's been going on with this thing? Have you been okay lately?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't hurt since that one time. And really that was just more surprising than anything, but it's been the same since then.
That was the first time it ever hurt, right?
I mean, it hurt a little when it appeared for the first time.
Wait,
but
when did it first appear? Or when it got big,
Well,
big, or was it small, big?
it was smaller. It was, I mean, it was kind of hiding under my wraps.
How long have you had it for?
Not too long.
Oh.
But
Sorry, I don't mean to pry.
no. It's okay.
Doing some weird sniffing and I don't know.
You smell my arm?
Yeah.
What does it smell?
I don't know.
I don't smell. What does
It
it smell
doesn't-
like?
Not your normal muskiness, but it's a little sharp, a little sour.
Are you tasting it?
I'm sensing it with the air. Look what Anara said. You want me to taste it?
You don't. Would it help?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna lick his like, just like, well, before I get to it, I
Did you
imagine there's
learn-
like a little like static like shock to it, and then I just like lick his like curse, and just be like,
Whoa!
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
So,
What's
listen,
going on
sorry.
back there?
Steamy.
Sorry.
he gave me consent.
Let's try this.
It literally tastes like you just licked the ground. It tastes like a mouthful of dirt.
Well, we've talked about dirt
I
before.
don't think taste was one they really focused on too much.
Well, you've said to use their senses. I'm
True,
trying.
true. Mostly hearing.
Oh.
This has happened before.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Nope.
Is
It
he-
tastes like dirt.
Is he looking? Okay.
Well,
Well, great.
remember when there was the dirt eating?
That's
that
true.
might be what they're doing again.
Not the first thing I've seen Basil just lick
Yeah.
randomly.
That's fair. Seen Basil lick many a random.
I just like cough up a random like dirt hairball, basically.
Dirt squad.
That was weird.
Aside from any light cannibalism, any other activities on the journey today?
Yeah, I think as we were walking and if it seems like Tem has kind of a lull in his more like interested like question asking and stuff. Tem, if you want to maybe try embroidering your tunic while we're traveling,
Yes.
I think
I was
There-
thinking.
maybe I could help. Maybe
Sure.
and maybe just play like a kind of very lulling sort of song while you're, you know, focus, or I don't know if you would consider it focusing, but while you're embroidering, and maybe that will help kind of get you into a sort of a channel state.
Absolutely, yeah. I would. I was maybe gonna take a turn up in the cart to be able to sit down and have some time for that, since I've not really gotten anywhere with the Vulpin lessons today. You know, I was kind of tapped out my vocal cords a bit as well.
Yeah, just let the
It's in the back of the throat.
just
You
let
gave
you know
me
let your throat rest and let the vocabulary marinate for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and maybe we could see,
Sure.
because if any sort of potential map or message or anything is going to come through it, we should use these travel days to
Absolutely.
see if we need that time to do that. So
Yeah, I will. I'll take some time and see what comes through.
just let me know when you want to do it. I can maybe help.
Yeah, I'll hop up with Grandma Hona. Husha. Putting on my best, like, I'm just gonna sit here and do a quiet activity next to Gam Gam. Pardon me, I'm just gonna take a seat. That's okay.
Ain't much seat left after you taking all of it.
Okay, I'll be over here. I'll be on this side over here. Yeah.
Me too. I'm just gonna sit on just the edge right here, and I'll play you some music.
Give me an insight check.
Gladly. What does Grandma think of us? That's a nat 20 plus. You said insight?
Yeah.
Nat 20 plus. I think it's a plus 7 for me.
Should be.
Insight. Yeah, so 27.
27.
Wow.
Tem can take this however he wants
Yeah.
to, and you can act however you like. As such a high roll, it'll be Tem's sort of insight for the remainder of the journey, specifically for Grandma Husha.
Uh-huh.
You can tell that after she like made a fuss and had you like get up, and she immediately like scoots into the middle of that big wide bench that she takes up all for herself, and to her that is Grandma Husha's like seat.
Uh-huh.
And for the rest of like the journey, you getting up, Grandma Husha took that's the weak one. And immediately, anytime she has, I need help standing, I need this heated, it is Tem or that elephant boy. It's very just like, yes, if you help an old lady, you wouldn't be rude.
Yes, Grandma Husha. Okay.
Now hold me steady, and she like gets up. So, however Tem chooses to act for the remainder of the journey, that is entirely
He's
up to
gonna
you.
make this woman love him.
Amazing.
Yes. Grandma's
He likes
boy
it.
over here.
Charisma checks.
Yeah.
Charisma checks.
That's
it,
there will be a plenty. But yeah, that's just how she has decided to treat you for the remainder of the journey.
Nice.
I deferring to the matriarch, I guess. There, Tem will sit next to Harmony, and while she serenades, get
Yeah.
to
Just a very unobtrusive background ambient little song.
me every day during work, just like
Me
I've gotten
all
like
day,
all
every
the
day.
all the like gentle music,
the Emerald Grove
meditative,
song.
yeah.
Harmony casts lo-fi.
Yeah, exactly.
There is every once in a while, just even though you are sure that you did absolutely correctly, just every once in a while from Grandma Husha, I think that was a flat.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Don't argue. Don't argue.
You have a good ear, Grandma.
You should start off from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Every-
Those
But it's a
outside
very
the wagon.
circular song
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
so
just
it's
looping,
quite
yeah. Every old woman that we've run into in this campaign so far has just been iconic, truly. Yeah.
We're just going through various stages of Nick's grandmothers.
Oh, yeah.
Over time. But it's,
on the journey, can I have Zakkai find Rook, Uncle Rook? Because he seems to be the most kind of like together out of the group. Zakkai's gonna ask him because he's really struggled to find the plants he needs for like poisoner stuff. So he's gonna say, "You guys are good at finding things, right?"
yeah, we're scroungers.
There's
What we
specific.
do.
You guys seem to be pretty good at it. There's some plants that I'm always trying to find, and I have a really hard time. Can I pick your brain about like what clues I can kind of
Yeah,
look for these things?
sure. I don't know the names, but I know what they look like, what they smell like, what they taste like, all that.
Okay, great. That's pretty much what I know too. And then he'll just
And I ain't sure I am much help to you there, kiddo.
What if I'm really good at describing what it is?
All right.
Okay, awesome. And then he'll spend time describing what the plants he needs for to make poisons.
And then I do so.
Are you like basically are you like straight up asking like what's poisonous, or are you trying to do this
No,
the
what is-
subtle like
So
what's could be dangerous? What how are you doing a
Zakkai at this point, because of how many times he's tried to find the materials, he knows what he's supposed to find. He just feels like he can never find them. I always just roll really low on finding them. So I'm trying to find additional clues to help me. Next time I'm looking for this plant, I should look for this other thing that's near it. Like it'll grow by a creek or like something like that.
roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Good thing I had advantage. You said persuasion.
Yeah.
21.
21. After you kind of like name a couple of things and you're doing the best to kind of like describe things without like you even like leave a couple details out because like I may not know what this is or whatnot, but after like half a description or two, you see like a little smirk curl up underneath that like long like kind of snout, and he's immediately kind of like, hey, wait, hold on. He puts up a hand. You have to like retract because there's a bunch of errant quills kind of sticking out of his arm. Hold on.
Right.
I think I know what you's looking for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not something that Wayno likes us to be selling. We typically, medicines, ingredients,
Right.
stuff like that,
Naturally.
and we don't ever scrounge for anything like this.
No,
Well,
I
small
couldn't
town.
imagine.
Nothing like this.
Nothing
Now,
like that.
This here is incredibly dangerous, and I wouldn't imagine letting it fall into the wrong hands.
I can't. I would never expect you to be so irresponsible. I'm gonna open it up and look inside.
It looks like there is like it looks almost like just poop potpourri when you kind of look inside. It's potpourri.
Bag of poop.
You invented poopery.
It's like, oh.
Yes.
I heard this.
Nice.
It's definitely like
Damn
is
poop again.
very. It's like a bag of mulch, but
Okay.
there's a amount of like it's like salvable. You're not quite sure like what entirely to do with these plant mulch, but yeah. Now, we only do things that cure people. They definitely don't poison them. It definitely don't blind them. and it definitely won't make them sick for prolonged periods of time.
Definitely, I would. Yeah, you would never do something like that. You guys are in the business of medicine.
That's right. And you need to make sure that anything that we sell here kind of taps the boxes and the crates of the roots and stuff. Is that you always make sure to take it exactly as recommended by a professional. This one here is definitely by oral ingestion.
Oral ingestion.
Or
Alright.
this one, for example, and he just lowers the hand but just points to the same box. This other one, for example, could be injected, or so long as it comes into contact with someone's bloodstream through a cut or something like that. Could also, again, add a lot of healing properties to your vitals. If you catch me.
With this?
Nah, with this one right
Oh
here.
yeah, that that different one over there.
Yeah. So, sorry, I can't help you. Ain't got
Darn.
nothing left.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
He kind of like looks over and sees Husha and Wayno both kind of like Husha mid like now asking Tim to reach something too high.
As like the cart's moving, wobbling, like
Yeah.
"Ah!"
He kind of like looks back to you and is like, just make sure that nothing like that is seen on board this your way.
Wouldn't dream of it. All right. Well, I guess we better keep walking.
Yep. She like scurries ahead a little bit. Essentially, you can add, it's the equivalent of like a basic poison that you can use to either if someone ingests it, or if you can use a bonus action to like cover it any sort of item or weapon with it, you can apply it there. Kind of like how you would do with a normal potion. So there's rules for it, but I'll get to see you later. I'll send you the specifics of
Okay.
how many doses
Okay.
and stuff
Right. Cool.
when I have it on hand. But I don't. What did you Anything else on the journey? Second law.
Did anything happen with the
Yeah.
embroidery?
Make a wisdom check for me real
Alright.
quick. And Harmony, you were playing, correct?
Yeah, I was trying to help have like a lulling, sort of hypnotic type of Zen song to.
You can roll with advantage.
Wisdom or maybe religion? Would that
Oh,
be-
sorry. Yes, give me a roll.
Okay. That's much better. I mean, my wisdom is high, but that
It's also more appropriate.
with advantage, you said?
Yes.
Okey-dokey. That's gonna be a 30.
Ooh!
Got him.
Damn.
Well, let's go ahead and bypass all.
Crazy. Let me just read you the whole thing.
Yes, go ahead. No.
Wow, 30.
There's just a moment where, like, Harmony goes to play and Tam goes into just like work mode. You've seen it before. He made like the outfits for the masquerade. He made a very dashing disguise out of a giant oversized handkerchief. So Tam's skilled. But in this particular moment, for a good like hour or two, Tam like goes into like deep focus where if you call his name, he doesn't hear anything. If even like Grandma Husha a couple times makes a few requests which are not denied. I will not say that Tam would ever deny it. But not enough to break the
I just
bond.
try to
No, I think
accept
it's-
her, and I
yeah.
have Piccolo get things for her.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like a deep state, you know, like kind of like
You're in the flow state.
yeah, flow state, yeah.
Absolutely.
When I say he's like working on it and she says reach something and his trunk just goes and goes.
Yeah.
Unconsciously as my hands are working.
She like accepts it, but still gives a little glare because it didn't inconvenience you.
Yeah, she's,
Right, right.
she's not quite satisfied.
Yeah,
She's not.
yeah.
That's not why I wanted it.
Yeah, I want it.
I wanted you to be bothered.
After a while, you sort of just like kind of
So, like the old time woman too.
reach the. It's sort of like where the embroidery reaches the hem and the end of the fabric before you even realize like, oh, there's no more fabric to go, and you kind of like look back. It looks again just like a very beautifully detailed, intricate embroidery until you kind of turn the shirt on its side. Again, an even more detailed map of that Elburn is stitched into that shirt that you didn't even know that you were doing, and there is a very specific thin line of that teal thread that seems to make a little trail specifically through the area and then off the main area into the unpatterned or oceanic part of your like wardrobe map before kind of like leading in, and it like circles around a little bit, stop, and then you notice that like you had sewn in a button at a specific spot where it's like in the middle of the back basically, where you have no need for it to be there, but you, whether you chose to consciously or not, sewed a button into a very specific spot and then just kept going.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, that's promising. It lines up with the map of the continent, and
It does.
it looks like a path for us to follow.
Yes, I don't have any guarantees, unfortunately. I actually don't remember much of the last 2 hours. I mean, it was a sense of peace and tranquility, which is normal for my meditation. But it does seem like this indicates an at least course that we might be able to follow. However, I have, again, no guarantees. It's not something that I can say for 100% certainty.
Well, that's the only lead we have, and it looks about this right location, and maybe if we do this again tomorrow, maybe a little more detail or landmarks or something might get filled in.
Potentially.
Or you just end up with like a really pretty border.
It could use a couple of little edging right there, but yeah, I do feel inspired, and this seems to show that again, what we've been learning is the correct path of where we should be going. So
I think it's a great sign.
yeah.
Hey there, Tusks! You sew?
Yes, that's kind of my
Do you
thing.
mind patching a hole or two?
Oh, gladly, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Big double laundry.
Tem is,
And being little Pokemon people, there are dozens
Yeah.
and dozens of little holes.
Tem is gonna work smarter, not harder. He has got mending on deck, and it is just literally him like tap, 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 as just like all they just like
Sort of like weaving themselves back
yeah,
together.
yeah.
And despite the fact that you're doing these tasks like lightning, she just gets a little bit more upset.
Yeah.
Task
Tem
is
is
completed.
Tem is like, okay, I'll help you, but also I'm gonna do it my way.
And heaven help you if you're early on anything, because that only somehow seems to spur her on a little bit more.
Like goes to that. Anything else? Just fully killing with kindness. Yeah, just like
I'll let you know.
okay, I'm happy to help.
She just like looks at the big pile and then looks back at you. Give me an insight check real quick.
Yeah. 15.
You have declared war on this woman.
Oh God. I will make her my friend. That's the real goal. I'm actually not trying to win. I'm really just trying to get approval.
It's good that you don't not trying to win.
Yeah, because I don't think that's possible.
Win against grandmas. They always win.
It is.
Fight.
Yeah. It's
She has
there's,
nothing to lose. She is ready to go down.
Yeah. Down with the cart. Yeah.
there's like a little
She will
flicker.
burn the world down before she becomes your friend.
My goal is to get her to become whatever big bad battle that we have. I can call on Grandma Hooch as an ally. As an ally. She'll come swooping in. Yeah.
She's your divine intervention.
Yeah,
role.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god. You can imagine Tem getting to the highest level and having the wish spell being like, I wish that Mama likes me.
Yeah.
That's right.
It changes the entire fabric of reality.
Yeah. You don't want to know the ripple effect of
Yeah.
that spell.
Well, bring it on, Grandma.
She goes quiet for a little while.
I'll just like continue like sitting and move over to a different like lace like tatting project basically and like make her a doily or something like that.
Once we're done with like the project
Yeah,
part,
yeah.
I see Grandma Hoosh being.
I'm gonna like
I'm
look
just like
over.
her ire is
I'm
directed at 10,
Get
so I
out,
kind
get
of.
out, get out while you can.
Oh!
Get out while you can.
Piccolo needs to go outside and like.
We're out.
Just go outside.
I just remember me.
I'll make you
Tem
a
is seen
doorway.
very, very few times outside of the wagon. Anything else that anyone wanted to accomplish or anything like that?
If there's any time while I'm in between like my shifts on point, I know that Basil was going to do some and Zakkai's going to do some, so I'll spend a little time with Slank continuing with the training in any kind of spare time, just trying to coordinate with them. But other than that,
Anything else? Anyone else that come on?
I think I would see if I see like Slink and Anara kind of practicing stuff together, then I'm just like, wow, we could do that too. But I'm like, so then I just would probably just like ask Piccolo stuff of like, well, I know you're such a good protector.
For your poor, frail mortal form.
Yes, and I just need your help. But what do you do? Can you shoot fire? Do you have claws?
I will do whatever you ask of me.
How do you like to fight bad guys?
Like this.
We'll work on it. Maybe I'll have to be a little more clear.
A couple seconds after he vanishes, you feel weight suddenly hit you in the back of your head as he grabs onto you and his little hands wrap around your head and all around your eyes. Like this! This is how I like!
Hey, whoa! I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna pull him off of her. Hey, whoa!
Hello!
Hey!
Wait, wait!
Oh! I'm gonna animal handling trying to be like,
Be careful! He's flaring! He's flaring!
17. That's pretty good. There is it's less that you like actually calm. It's the moment where you like get the rabbit animal still, and he's still, but there's like the tension there that you know that the moment you release the grip, there will be a flurry of stuff coming at you. But you manage to like, and he's taken the tightness as like a, I will wait and bide my time.
Piccolo,
what should I do?
Once this foul being releases me, I shall set them all the powers of Avernus onto him.
Why is it whistling at me?
just tell me what you will do, but don't do it to anybody yet. I just want to get to know how you like to fight, if we need that. And maybe we could work together.
I will go
But
invisible so he shall not see a surprise attack.
Are you telling me not to attack me?
Then I shall attack him with a flurry of blows that
But
he
we
will
don't
not see.
But we don't attack our friends, and
I feel like
Zakkai's
it's
one of our
calming down.
friends.
Very well. I will not attack him.
Not
Not yet.
right now. Not yet. Not yet. Yes, exactly. Just let's watch Slink and Anara and see, maybe I think we could maybe do something like that sometime. Just hop up here, and I'll just kind of do the come on.
Make your animal handling. Or animal handling or persuasion is up to you because you're a bit different.
Well, I'll definitely do persuasion. 18.
18. He kind of like looks at you for a bit, looks over at Slink, and back to you. And there's a moment where you can kind of tell that Piccolo never really considered himself a familiar or anything like Slink before. And there's a moment where he's like watching Slink and Anara actually do training and being coordinated, and you can pick up just a hint of jealousy in there. That he like looks back to you.
Yes, we shall do that. We shall do better than they ever have.
That's the
Oh,
spirit.
it's getting riled up.
I think it's a good riled up.
Okay. Okay, so it's safe to set it down now?
We'll observe them for a
Okay.
while.
Okay.
We'll
all
see
right.
what they're doing,
Okay.
and then we'll do it better tomorrow.
Oh, no, you're not talking to me.
I shall watch. I will learn. And I will do better.
Yes, exactly.
He immediately looks over and eyes intensely staring at Anara and Slip.
Okay. And
Imps do not need to blink, so.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like scampers out. Is it like
You're good.
flute
Okay.
tail whips you in the face for a second as Zakkai scampers over,
Ow.
perches on your shoulder, just immediately.
You did that on purpose.
We'll observe. We'll observe first.
Just stares very intently.
On the journey, if whenever we're just kind of like walking and I'm bored and there's like loose dust around, I'm gonna try to like morph it up into the shapes of small creatures as I kind of just walk as I go. As kind of like a
Like little sandcastle animals.
yeah, just like little things as I go.
The rest of the journey goes by without any incident. In the evening,
If I firebolt them, will they turn into little glass animals?
We should try.
Wait, make another one.
It's like a little rabbit.
it explodes.
Oh, poor bunny.
Maybe it doesn't work like that.
How can I get a rabbit?
I'll protect.
It wasn't personal.
It's because I like rabbits.
Okay.
With the explosion.
I didn't think about that either. I really thought that it would work and we would have a
It would
really
have been a nice, cool
awesome.
glass rabbit, but
Exactly.
now it exploded.
You know.
I appreciate it. Is it because I licked you earlier?
No, buddy.
I'll try
I
not
consented to that. That's
I'm
okay.
Sorry.
I'm-
Anara didn't want to be touched while she's doing a thing. You don't want to be licked. I'm just trying to be part of it.
No, buddy. You.
We'll make a different animal.
It just like saps the tears away.
No, but it's because we like rabbits so much.
We wanted it to stay forever.
I hope you all are happy.
You're so shit.
Fine. That was careless of us.
We didn't think about it. How it would look.
Yeah.
As the evening starts to creep in,
For shame.
you do see a couple miles ahead on the road as it weaves ahead. There is a small keep, like a toll house, basically, a kind of bridge over a road at point with a small kind of castle next to it. That Kiln does point out to you. Like, this is, checkpoints, so expect glass blades and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. We're probably just gonna blow through unless they want to. They usually offer shelter if you want to stay here for the night too.
I will make sure I shift the glass blade that I am carrying outside.
Are we close? Hold on, actually, because I have prepared a spell. When? Never mind.
When
There was a
someone says
condition
that,
to this
like,
spell.
oh, glass blades, and I'll just because I've been
You had on.
I haven't had it because
Yeah.
it's a cool weapon. Maybe try using it when I need it next. But knowing that from Cal, I'll make sure it's well hidden.
We haven't upgraded to weapons yet, thankfully.
No, just bamboo sticks.
Just the sticks, please.
I'll
I
just
can
use.
only handle hitting myself with these things. I can't imagine hitting myself with my own scissors now.
Yeah.
The wagon kind of rolls up towards it, gets a bit closer and closer. The traffic throughout the day on the main road has thinned out. So for the last couple hours of travel, you've been the only travelers convoy that you've seen. Getting up to the house, it's just a little past dusk now. So the sun has set. The lights on the torches on the outside of the keep have been lit, and as the the Triceratops kind of like lumbers up and kind of like takes a break, you see that there are two figures standing out at the. Basically, there's a main. I'll show you.
Oh.
As
I
we
guess-
approach,
yeah.
I'm gonna go up to Keon and just. How much have you traveled in these parts? What are they looking for? What are they looking for?
I would be like, asking that too. Like, well, what are they gonna do? Like,
I don't know.
You don't know.
What?
Okay.
I've never been to this country
Okay.
before.
Okay.
You guys brought me here. Aren't you
Well,
from here? Shouldn't you know this?
I'm not from here. I just went to school here, but surely you've had to smuggle things through checkpoints before. I'm sure you have.
Sure, just not here.
Okay,
See if,
well, what do they usually
Is
look
Wayne
for?
around?
Wayno? Yeah.
Wayno, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, he's usually the one driving the car, so he's
So
up
I'll
there.
just I guess,
How much do they
Head
look
up to-
through?
close enough to talk to him quickly before we get close and say,
Oh, howdy,
yeah,
Anara.
hi.
Did you want to ride in the wagon? You've
No,
always
I
been
can-
walking. I feel real bad.
No, you don't have to feel bad. I like walking.
Oh, well, good.
I wouldn't want to disturb Tam and Grandma who shares.
She had taken a mighty shine to that fella. I
No,
have
no,
not
the
seen
feeling is mutual. She.
You just hear from the inside, yes, Grandma.
Yeah, they love each other. They're the best of friends. I know. I'm good here. What did this checkpoint? You've been through these before?
Oh, yeah.
What are they looking for?
Oh, they just usually just making sure that we ain't, any ne'er-do-wells or smuggling anything that would be unsavory.
And you're not carrying any.
Oh no, this is all just scrounged. We've all it's just might a bunch of root vegetables, leaves.
So nothing to worry about now.
I don't think so. We've been through these checkpoints a couple of times as we make our journeys to and from the ports. It's probably routine. There's usually a bit more folky, more glass blades around, but there's just two, so it should be even easier.
Do they
That's
in and
unusual. There's usually more.
Oh yeah, there's usually about a dozen or so.
do they just how much do they look through our personal bags?
Oh well, they don't.
I don't want them seeing my
No, they don't go that far.
Okay, well, now we have to figure out what type of underwear Harmony wears.
Homer science. No, they ain't nothing invasive like that.
Oh,
They usually just do just a run through it, just to check to make sure nothing
Zakkai's
is in there, make sure none of us are wanted folk or anything like that.
of course. So they'll just be looking through the cart mostly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nothing to worry about. It should be on. We're all on the up and up and everything. Mr. Killen has always said he's been fine. Are y'all carrying something that might be?
No.
Oh,
Oh, no, I
fantastic.
just didn't want them to. I organize my pack in a very specific way, and it's all put in there so that it all fits perfectly, and I know exactly where everything is, and but it takes me a while to set it all up, and so I don't want them to just ruffle all through it.
I understand. Mama Hoocha is also very particular about her things, so
Okay.
not to worry. It shouldn't be much bother. If we want, we usually stay the night here as well. If you wanted to stay in a bed instead of hoofing it out in the wild.
Is it about that time?
When the sun's down, and that is
I mean, I know
usually
you-
sleep time.
Well,
I
guess
will
it's
just
already here.
find Nik-Nak
Sure.
quickly. Say, just be absolutely safe. Maybe we could store this in the bag.
The bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they may have some. If this is a weapon to which they're in any way attuned,
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
they,
that's a good idea.
they may detect.
Yeah.
So let's just hide it there for
Okay.
now.
Go ahead.
It's not gonna go somewhere else.
No, this one's normal.
Okay.
Kinda.
Which bag's that going into?
Yeah, I'm gonna store it.
Nick says like this bag is normal, and then drops a sword in it, and there's no sound. Disappears in the darkness.
Get that back, but that's safe.
We all ready? We can pull up to the. All right. The wagon kind of pulls up. You see the two figures. One,
No. Well, yeah, actually.
I know.
We're real
I'm
touchy.
still
Sorry,
I'm
no.
still-
No,
I
I'll make
have
sure
a
y'all
lot
do
of,
what you want to do.
I have a lot of shit.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check of these
I got
glass
a bag of
blades, but glass blades by comparison to the ones that we just met? Like, how do these ones look by comparison to the ones in the city?
Give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Look at these cool knights. These knights, do they look the similar from other ones? Are city knights the same? For a perception of 17.
17. At least in Yokai, in the main city, you did see the glass blades had like a uniform. There was a sort of militaristic kind of uniform to them, elven and very fine crafted. These people are not. They're dressed in
I think so, but
ordinary clothes. You see that the two that are standing there. There's one who is very tall. He's very pale. It almost looks like a person
yeah.
was like put in the microwave too long and kind of
Oh.
stretched, where his like features are very just kind of like elongated. His like very like long face, his body's kind of stretched out a little bit. He wears almost like fancy Victorian fop kind of like big Shakespearean collar, little beret, and like this very like fancy uppity kind of outfit. And he moves a very kind of like slow lumbering gait kind of up to you guys. The second figure that you see, much smaller. At first you think it's a goblin, and it looks much like a goblin. Small, big ears, kind of like long nose, big eyes. Its skin is like a deep dark purple. No hair, also wearing like a little like kind of like coachman's vest and stuff like that. And he's wearing a cape, but the cape looks like it's made out of like some strange, like many thick strips of leather. That he's kind of like wearing on his back, and he kind of like scurries up and starts doing like the coachman thing of like taking down any bags if anyone wants to stay and stuff like that. And the taller, kind of like stretched out person lumbers up to the car.
We had a quick amendment.
Car.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna treat the glass blade with the ready gunk
Mm-hmm.
first.
Okay.
So that I think if I need it in a hurry, I can throw in section somewhere.
Yeah.
As long as I'm within 30 feet of.
That's true. Fine. So you basically like take one of those bottles of that gray goop that you were able to. I think you stole it from the.
The glitz and
Yeah.
glamour.
Yeah. We traded 2 bottles.
Yes. But you still
we
kept
have,
it.
we have one each. Each has 3 charges, so I'm using a charge of my bottle to treat the glass blade before I put it in the bag, hoping that I can summon if I need it.
You like put this like gray like gunk on it, and you go like drop it in the bag, and you let go, and the sword just stays on your hand for a second. You have to let go, then it eventually falls off and into the bag.
It's a good sign.
The like taller glass blade kind of lumbers up to the car. Will you be staying here tonight?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is there a fee?
Right?
No.
Is there
What
enough
are
space
the-
for all of us?
What are the beds like? Are there rooms for all of us to have our own room?
No. You will have to double or triple. Because he looks at all the little porcupine people. Probably triple up.
You guys want to stay in the crate?
I mean,
Do you think we should be deploying them here? Maybe worth not showing that.
I think it matters. Standard.
Well, thank you, sir. We've had a mile
Standard
on
match.
start taking things off the
I
wagon.
guess they're staying here. Maybe we take a look around first. Decide later.
Okay.
It looks nice.
Maybe it's nicer on the inside.
can we take a little tour?
Is it
The
just the two of
last
you?
time that we asked for a tour, it didn't. It was a very long-winded affair.
I don't think that
Oh.
would ever happen again.
Can we just walk
I
around?
don't know. I'm a little
And you don't-
traumatized.
Don't talk to us anymore.
Story of my life. Can you just let me
Do you
walk
need some
around and
help?
not talk to me?
No, I'm good. Let's
I need a
over
shirt
here.
that says
Yeah.
But
Respectfully, don't talk to me.
So that we can make a decision.
sure.
Awesome. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it just the two
Oh,
of
it's
you
this
here?
way.
Or is there other knights inside the station here?
There's more.
Can I insight check that?
Can I like look around? Because the one of them had said that there's usually like 12
Sure
of them
thing.
there, right? Can
Explore
I just kind
inside.
of like, as they're look around just to see if there's like traces or footprints or something of like recent
okay,
more
yeah.
people?
Are there any signs of more people?
You can give me a perception.
Or yeah.
Or investigation. Either one.
Yeah, I'll
Natural
just
one.
start help
I'm too
unloading, I
preoccupied with
guess.
like the couple of things in my bag that I'm just like,
Also doing
what if that's not allowed? Like, what are they looking for?
Harvey's going through the pre-TSA jitters.
Yeah.
My perception is a 26.
26. Anara, you kind of like do a quick scan, look around. You see everything's. I mean, from what you are aware of, this place seems pretty normal. And you just look up and you see one of the windows of the keep and a big red splatter against it.
Like blood?
I was at a spit take there.
They're redecorating.
Like blood.
Okay. What? It's splattered on
Me
there?
too.
It looks like someone took a bucket of red paint.
Do you guys need help unloading stuff?
I've been enlisted
Oh.
by Grandma. I'm just
Well.
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at
I'm
her
just like
entire.
holding my bag closely and trying to look
Okay.
so.
Make sure you get
casual.
them all. I don't want to make 2 trips.
Is there a
Okay.
up on a tower, like near a window?
It's like
Taking
uh,
jumps into Coachella.
second story, maybe like 3 windows or 2 rooms down.
Okay. Does it look like you could get up there without being seen?
At this hour, yes. Like if you position yourself, if only because you have like the kind of cover of nightfall. There's a lot of shadows and everything. You could feasibly.
I'll wait till the conversation is over and then I'll let everyone know what we saw. But I don't want to disturb the unloading and.
Yeah.
for
Tam,
the moment.
Yes.
you give me a perception check real quick.
Sure.
Investigation is higher.
That is going to be a 26.
26. As you're sort of like doing a balancing act of all of Nanahush's like stuff, you see the small little like the goblin footman kind of like come towards the back of it, and he's taking like Rook is kind of like tossing bags out, and he's catching him. You see the little kind of cape he wears. It's like dozens and dozens of like thick like leather like strips. It looks like that make up his little cape.
Mhm.
But you know fabric.
Yeah.
That's not leather. Those are just dozens and dozens of tongues stitched together to make a little coat that have been like dried,
Dried
unlike
tongues,
leather. Yeah.
like cured.
Jerky.
You see that the little goblin like looks at you, notices
Oh, I
this, gives a
imagine
big
that
like smile, just like a bunch of like little needle-like teeth,
Oh.
and scampers off.
Well, that's weird and disturbing.
Do you see
What?
bloodstain?
As I go and like put drop the load of Grandma's stuff, I'm gonna like.
This ain't my room. My room's in there.
Oh, okay. 1 second. There's one more thing that I forgot. I have to go get that. Sorry.
Oh, good. I don't want to make 2 trips.
Yeah, okay.
These knees only going down those steps one time.
Uh-huh. Okay. And I'll come back up around to the front with everyone else.
I'll just point up.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because also the goblin attendant there was wearing a tongue cape.
Oh, what's a tongue?
A cape made of tongues.
Well,
That's a lot of time.
That
Are they
doesn't-
alive tongues?
I don't think that would be part of an official uniform.
They were not wet. They came from somewhere though and were stitched together, and there were many of them.
Okay.
Did they look new?
These
No.
guys didn't look anything like the normal glass plates in the town.
That's true.
You've been carrying glass
So-
plates. Did we see?
I don't see
From what we
anything
remember
there.
of the glass blades,
I don't want to be that guy, but do they all look kind of like the same species? Like.
That
I mean,
Tem takes huge offense.
Well, is it an
People
all-encompassing?
of all walks of life can do
Is
whatever.
it like a royal lineage?
Well,
sort
they
of
were
thing?
wearing like literal armor and like
Yeah.
a captain. You kind of
Right, they had like
but it is a fair question.
armaments.
But they could be the
So far,
outlier.
The only
guys.
glass blades you've encountered have had uniforms, blades. You've noticed, like, there's been, especially just going out in the city, I imagine you've seen law enforcement just around. Primarily Elven, yes. But you have seen other occasional races, and I think...
Because you said they were like handpicked as
Yes.
the guards, right? So like it could be technically
You can't,
from
like,
wherever, and you said that they try and have one from like each like
They
people
try to-
of the realm. Okay.
but they do have... the glass blades are, like, hand-selected.
Yeah.
You cannot apply to be one. The
Mhm.
Emperor chooses you to be a protector.
I don't necessarily think someone with a cape made of tongues would have been hand selected by the emperor for.
It does seem a bit unlikely. And
So these guys aren't glass blades.
They definitely don't look like the ones in town.
but then
Okay.
so
they couldn't have possibly killed the glass blades that are supposed to be here.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. They just look incompetent.
I point about the blood.
I don't know. That could be juice. We don't know
I
if that's
guess-
blood.
I guess I shouldn't judge.
Jump
Jump
party.
Lick it.
Is anyone watching us?
I can't get up there.
I can get up there.
You kind of like do a look around. The attendant has like taken like bags, and you see half of the Sprinkle family is already kind of like moving inside.
We should.
The only person that you notice is looking at you is Kiln, who's like standing at the door and watches the family go inside, and then looks back at you, like the group of you, kind of like
I'm going up the wall.
waiting, right? You like head up to the wall,
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a closer look at
make an acrobatics.
While where are the
Kiln just
two?
watches you.
Where
He's
are the
not
two
gonna-
Go
other?
with her and then just give her like a leg, to be able to give her a boost.
Where are the two
Advantage
other
that for
the
you.
two guys? Because if they're just kind of standing.
I think I did okay.
Oh yeah, you can do advantage, but
I was gonna want to like, if we had kind of decided like something's going on, I was gonna find the two guys and just start like distracting them and kind of just, well, have a lot of people come through today.
road's been slow.
Oh, well, there was no one behind us on the road. Do you mind if I was coming up with a new song while we were traveling? Could I play it for you guys and you could tell me if you like it or not, or maybe you have some suggestions? Here, I'll play a little bit for you. I'll just start like bulldozing them with talking and instruments.
He tries to like interject or say something, but as you kind of keep going, he just eventually kind of
And like narrating my song as I go. I was like, I wasn't sure if maybe I would play this part like this, or maybe like this, or I could use this, and I'll just switch instruments. I could play it on this instrument, and or what if I stand on this side and then stand? Is the lighting better over here? And like have them face away from Anara.
turns away.
Yeah, we'll stealthily pull away as Anara and I have been connecting more,
Yeah.
so I'll get closer to the tower.
27. Oh yeah. Yeah, especially with Basil able to like give you a boost, you're able to kind of like just kind of scamper up the side of the building.
What do you see up there?
Closer to the staying. Is it right?
You kind of look at the window. It is definitely blood
like
smeared
it.
across it.
It's next to a window.
I mean,
It's like on the
wall-
inside
on
of the
inside
window.
On the inside of the window. Okay, very carefully. So, hopefully, without being able to see from inside, I'm just gonna take a quick peek inside the room.
Make a perception. With advantage.
I am going to play the bumbling fool and like knock over the stacks of crates to try and delay the rest of the
The family movement.
family going in, because you said like half of them already
Yeah,
went
they're on the
inside.
way in already.
Okay, I'm gonna like, and as I'm on my way back with Grandma's like last thing, I'm there. Oh, I'm so sorry. It'll just take me a second to gather all of this up to try and delay them from.
More than a second, you're cleaning that up.
Yes, Grandma.
27.
Clumsy. You kind of like. It's hard to get in. The window is like really smooth with it, but you get to one of the little slivers that doesn't have any on it, and you see in the room there's a good maybe 15, 16 bodies in a pile.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just drop off.
We gotta get them back.
Slow fall.
Okay.
Whatever damage I would have taken, I imagine.
No.
Is it like 30 feet, 40 feet?
Oh yeah, it's only like 20 feet max. So you just gotta.
Land quietly.
What do you say?
Lots of dead bodies. Something bad's happened.
Bodies on the floor.
50 or more in that run.
We gotta warn the others.
Well, it'll just take me a second as I'm gathering this.
We're close by, right?
I'm like looking frantically for all the other people. Like,
So I'll try and catch Zakkai's eye. Harmony doing the distraction.
Yeah,
But I'm, like, kinda
I'll grab
half
Nik-Nak
watching.
aside,
Like,
and I'll
and
give Nik-Nak.
like,
Everything.
there's been
there's bodies in the building.
a
Of course.
massacre here. There's
Massive.
a dozen bodies or more of them.
Shit,
All
we gotta
over the place.
get out of here. We gotta get the
We
sprinkles out.
gotta take care of them. Snip, snip.
This is the job for the second law, isn't it?
But it could be.
We gotta see if we can save anyone.
What about this verse?
Is the attendant coming back and forth?
You're like,
The little goblin.
Yeah.
He came down and grabbed like a couple bags and scurried off into the building. He hasn't come back.
Okay. One of the two other people are still here.
Yeah.
One of them's being distracted by harm.
He's standing like in
Hopefully
the
his
doorway
back
with-
is to you.
with-
Yeah.
Okay.
He's standing in like the.
I'm gonna
main
scoot
entryway.
behind Tem, take out a piece of chalk, and just whisper words and put like an X in chalk on the bottle bomb that I have, and then I'm going to approach one of the guards. Be like,
He like looks away from Harmony and was like desperate to like have for an excuse to leave that conversation.
and I will say I'm casting Tracer at 2nd level.
Hi. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I really need to keep this safe. It's extremely valuable. And I'm not really happy sleeping and not knowing where it is. Do you think you could put this somewhere safe? Like, where you might keep something really,
Valuable.
yeah.
Like on the
very.
inside of your coat pocket.
Or wherever you put, all the stuff that you might have.
Oh. See,
Thanks.
that's what you want.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure.
Okay.
He's kind of just at the moment just stands there holding it.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna go help unload and like go back over, I guess, to the group. What's going on?
See, there's bodies.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is. There's bodies in there.
So
Something
sprinkles
very bad.
The sprinkles are in there.
I know we gotta get the sprinkles out.
All the roots and leaves are blowing away. It's like to
Oh,
try to
no,
get
yeah,
them from
yeah.
that. We need help sorting them.
Oh.
They're all in a pile.
Sprinkle clan, assemble!
We'll never find them without the scrounging abilities of the sprinkles.
I can't scrounge.
I can scrounge.
But we need everyone.
With the power of the
Powers
sprinkles.
combined.
And then
Are there any signs
Go,
that
sprinkle
the
rangers.
two guards are alerted or are notice something up?
You see the one. You say that, but they're all inside and you cannot hear you.
Who is inside of the sprinkles?
Yeah.
Who of the sprinkles?
Yeah.
Wayno, Lime, Husha technically is still out with you.
Yeah.
I'll say that only Husha and Rook are outside.
Okay.
Husha is just there to make sure that you bring her stuff in.
Yeah.
And Rook is just helping with boxes.
You two stay here, please. I think we need to go and get the rest of your family to come and help to gather the.
we need
Items.
help. It's
Yeah.
all about to blow away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
How
mixing together.
crazy.
And if I look back at, I guess, the other guy, the one goblin kind of guy went inside, but just looking back at him, like, and then trying to assess just what he looks like, physicality or whatever, or if they have any weapons on them, like, does it look like him, and if I remember about the other guy, would be capable of killing a bunch of people? Do they seem competent?
Give me an insight check.
Let's try the same die.
Was the tongue cape like thrifted?
8.
Secondhand. Tongues.
It's an 8.
Is it 8? I mean, just from the look of it, it was albeit creepy little goblin person, but they did not look very formidable. And the guard that's like kind of like Laffy Taffy stretched out doesn't seem very formidable either. He's not even wearing any weapons.
What happened?
Something bad. We need to get in there and get them out.
Well, I think as of right now, we're kind of guests here, so I mean, we kind of could go in and check things out.
Yeah, Tem is gonna be like, I'm gonna be right back and check on the rest of the sprinkles. Who would like to join me?
I'll go with you.
I'll be right there. I'm just going to turn around back to the other guy. I just had a question for you. Would you mind telling me exactly what happened here in the past day? And I'll cast suggestion on him.
Nice.
There
Yes.
we go.
Wisdom check?
Yeah, wisdom.
He didn't sound very wise.
Right, I'm hoping.
That's stat block to load for me. 12.
He fails.
So you
I
told
said, tell me exactly what happened here today.
Past day,
yeah.
I slept pretty much from sunrise.
This is what happened when we asked him
sunset.
to get tours places.
I can't change it now. I have to just let him go.
From sunrise to sunset, I slept. Then I had a snack. And
What
waited a few
about-
hours, and then you arrived.
He might be one of the actual glass blades. He might have been like enchanted.
And you don't remember anybody arriving here today?
Just you.
Can I try to
First,
sense if he's also
remember
had
she
like a
said
memory
that
thing
maybe-
done to
I
him?
don't know.
Make an arcana check.
God damn it. 6.
6. Doesn't seem to be under
This
any
guy-
effect or anything.
How
This
old
guy's
are these
killing me.
boys?
Do I get
Were they
sense of how
fresh?
recently? I mean, the blood was freshish. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fresh.
Yeah. So, right like that. Yeah. No.
Well,
This happened.
And
today.
you didn't go, you haven't been inside or upstairs at all today?
I have.
Yeah.
well, I
You
think
didn't notice anything out of the ordinary?
No.
Well, I think time is of the essence to get they're blowing away the leaves, so we gotta go get the rest of the sprinkles.
The leaves.
So, Nik-Nak, and who else is coming to help get them with me?
Yeah,
Just give them
Okay, let's go.
I'll
Jump to
help.
Yeah.
Are you
I'll go.
staying
I'll go
out
with them.
I'll stay outside.
I'll go with them.
I'll stay with Harmony.
Okay.
Just in case there's.
So us four.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Oh,
like
it's
yeah, we
four
should
of
have
us.
some people stay. I was
So
hoping
that-
for that
yeah.
too. Okay.
Should we
I'll just
3
be
and
like,
3
what's
then?
your friend's name? What's your
I think the
name?
two of us should be good if you want.
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Okay. Rest of mission.
I'm also keeping an eye out up on the.
What can take
the
those two?
window where the bodies were, just-
They'll be okay.
I'm gonna say to Harmony and Anara, watch Grandma.
Not be- and I'll alert Kiln as well.
Mm,
Just
okay.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Mm.
and try and say something
Yeah.
bad will happen.
I have Caleb and Morg, so it's 4 and 4.
Yeah, and I
That's
motion
right.
up toward the stain on the window. There's a bunch of bodies.
Oh, really?
These folks don't see.
Well, 4 and 5
text
should
or
be a
something
sledge.
like
Kill like nods a little bit.
But yeah, they are stacked.
You
Harmony.
okay to watch them for 5 minutes while I take a look?
that. I'm staying here with Harmony to make sure that this guy doesn't do anything crazy. But yeah, go do your thing.
So
But just
we're actually not sure.
have an eye out.
Oh.
Something's not right here.
Just if you need me, I'm gonna be right below that window.
Sure thing. But you know your charges are like right in danger. That's where.
Yeah. He's gonna swallow.
He hates this job.
He does hate his job. Yeah, no.
So what did you have for breakfast?
Who is going inside?
That's four.
Everyone except.
yeah.
Everyone except Harmony and Anara.
Harmony and
I feel like this guy is so dumb too. I'll just keep rambling random
Yeah.
stuff at him
But
while I'm like trying to watch like what's happening.
Yeah, just in case anything goes goes sideways.
Trying to be
And
big
I'll send
sneaky.
Piccolo
But, like,
go in and
casual,
follow them, and I'll
so-
send Piccolo
Okay.
in after them.
Right, because we're technically guests.
I would also like to, in the back of my mind,
So we want to be
constantly
too auspicious.
take note of where my tracer spell is. If it's
Yeah.
getting farther away from me or closer, any of that.
Okay. I mean, like as you move away from him, it feels like it's moving
Sure.
away. But at least you and Harmony notice that he still is just holding it. He just the bottle that Nik-Nak gave.
Oh,
he just is holding it.
That's fine.
But
And before Nik-Nak gets more than 30 feet away, I'm going to use a bonus action. Summon the last place back.
It's very dangerous in the shark.
Like,
Warn me next time.
stealthily if possible.
1 second. Here is interior.
Sick.
One side.
Oh yeah.
So basically, this is the road comes up underneath the bridge, curls around, and then this the main toll house, and then crossing the bridge. This is the way you're headed. Essentially, it makes a loop. So the carriage or the wagon currently is here in the main courtyard area.
That's where the two of us are.
Yes.
In the main courtyard.
And this is like an archway underneath here, presumably.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess Harmony and I are somewhere near here.
We're just like talking at this dude.
Where did we go?
What's the entrance where they all went in?
The main entrance actually. I think it is these stairs. Yeah. It's like the stairs up, and then there's several rooms.
Can I, as we're looking around, do my like divine sense ear and then detect magic ear to kind of get to see if there's anything weird with like celestial fiends or undead in the area, especially if there's like, I know that there's undead, dead, but is there not undead, dead, alive, dead?
You pick up 3 undead presents here.
That's more than one.
Is one of them me?
One of them is an
Hey, there's some undead, funky stuff in here, guys.
Oh, no.
Do you feel it?
I mean, I could technically, if I'm within, a certain amount of feet, do something to undead, but I don't have like the same divine sense that the paladins do.
Chunk about you then.
Yeah.
Can you?
Can I get a sense of what direction they are from me, as I'm sure that's being prompted to me in that sense?
Yep.
It's one of those
Is it
things
fine
where
your Gouldar?
As you walk, it's one of those things where like one ear is tuned to one of them and the other is kind of the other way. One of them perks up a little bit and it like signals you like kind of deeper inside through the door and kind of down the hall. The other ear pulls you back to the entrance where you left. So you pick up 2 undead presences back the way you came. One is Anara.
Can I then, by that guess, then assume that it's the other lanky guy is the...
Yeah, we didn't see anyone else out yet.
There's one ahead, and then I think that weird long guy was a bad. I don't know. Maybe it might have been undead too. Could have been also like an Anara. I'm sensing 2 people behind.
Maybe whoever killed all these glass blades has some sort of necromancy.
I'll let you know if I'm any closer. Tema, I'll hope we can do it together. Let's be careful, guys.
Yes, everyone, be on your guard.
Yeah.
Which of these, or at least from my perspective of knowing where I am, which would be the one that had the bloody window?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
True.
That was a good question.
It would be, since you're looking at it this way, it would be
I thought it was
that room in the top corner.
That one over there.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
You gotta make our way over there.
But as you kind of like get the rest of you that are upstairs, kind of get up to this top area. Even up here, no sight or sound of the Sprickles. No sight or sound of that little goblin person either.
We gotta hustle.
I just want. Can I do like a little investigation? is the floor? Is there dust? Is there any indication that anyone like footprints running in any sort of direction or anything like that? Like,
Give me a survival check.
12.
Well, as you look around, the place looks like lived in, and like recently too. Everything looks fairly normal. You do, I'll say, with 12, there are a couple things that just don't add up or make sense. It's some things look. The only way I can explain it is it looks like as if something was knocked over, knocked down, or whatever, and put back, but with less care. There are things that are clearly have been like messy recently and just put back, and you know it's like, oh well, that clearly belongs there, but they just put it here, maybe in a rush, maybe whatever. But
General disheveled.
yes,
I guess getting that sense of direction where I'm feeling it further ahead, I will then move with more sense of urgency and try to usher us a little bit quicker along.
Yeah.
As Nik-Nak's like pointing out that like stuff is kind of not placed properly too well, and getting that like sense of unease a little bit further along.
Anara, Harmony, anything you're doing outside?
This guy's just.
You guys are just sort of like waiting there,
Yeah.
just holding in, just kind of like, and both Rook and Husha are also outside with you. Then you see that she crosses her arms a little bit. Well, it's that touched fellow with my stuff. She'll be down here already.
He's
Expects me to climb up all those stairs myself.
He's probably trying to make sure he gets everything in one trip, so it might just take him a minute to make sure everything's balanced right, has everything held the right way.
She'll be a lot faster.
I know.
Fella, his size should take steps 3 times my life, so.
But
should be
sometimes that larger people also end up moving more slowly. Like how this guy outside is he talks so slowly.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
You know what? Why don't you
Kicked in
go?
the head by a triceratops?
You should go.
Whatever's
tell him.
going on in here, she can handle it all by herself.
Correct.
He didn't really
She's a
talk
barbarian
to me,
level 15.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll answer your questions.
I do have a few bones.
You
to
have
pick
a
with.
way with words.
Ask him if you've heard so much about the famous classmates in the literature.
Yeah, this ain't much hospitality, if you ask me.
No, you're right.
Now, we stayed here half a dozen times
Give
before.
him a piece of the mind.
I'm gonna be you've riled her up, so she's but Tem gone.
I stay with her.
Get him,
You stay with
Granny.
her?
I stay with her. I don't want to.
Yeah, she
Tem would never forgive me if she got hurt.
She marches right out.
If any of these people get hurt, Tem is going to lose it.
Yes. Oh, I know.
While
Well, we've got a couple
Anara's
missing
watching
I
and the
know.
grandma's kind of taken over, distracting,
Mhm.
I won't follow them, but maybe just more of this inner courtyard, just kind of look around and see if there's any sign of anyone else that would have come in or anything else that happened in
Give me
this
a
courtyard. Or looking up in the windows and stuff from the other side.
Give me a perception.
Okay, who's gonna help me this? Yes. 19.
19. You're looking around, and just only because Anara pointed out to you, and it's sort of pulls at your mind, your attention, your eyes kind of keep flicking up to that window with the big red smear on it. And for a second, you jump a little bit as you see movement in the room. Lights are still off, but you can clearly see there's some movement inside. It then looks like a large person, like a Tem-sized person.
Oh, great.
Can I quickly summon Piccolo back?
Mhm.
And then can you see what's up in that room?
If I see them having that conversation, I will view them and say, I know Kilman's going up there. So,
Okay, wait.
but I don't know if that's happening.
Did the shape seem at all like it would maybe match Kiln, or was it hard to tell?
No, it definitely doesn't look like a kiln silhouette. Not even close.
Oh, okay. There's someone else up there that Kiln's gonna run into them.
Can I go and take a closer look?
Yeah, go
I'm gonna stay close
Go
to
see.
Grandma.
go see if you can see who that is. And I think we're within 100 feet. I think we can stay telepathically.
Mhm.
So, or I can do the.
The mind bending.
You can.
I think okay. go up there, look through the window, and I think if we think about letting me see what you see, and I think I should be able to see through your eyes. I shall see. And if you can get into that room somehow, even, it might be even easier to see.
I'm very good at getting into places.
Okay, go.
This guy disappears in a little piccolo trill.
And then I'll just try to I'll close. I feel like the first time I do it, I have to go close my eyes and I'm kind of holding my lyre and I'm just kind of thinking about it and trying to
harmony.
his little diamond eyes.
It gets easier.
Okay. I'm usually pretty good at things on the first try, so I think it'll work.
Inside, group, where are you headed? Following Basil?
Wherever he senses it, making a beeline.
Think the way
Yep.
hops.
Dang, both of us have the
Not a
two
beeline,
stones,
more like
too,
an A
don't we?
line.
The sending stones.
I think we
Yeah,
I was just
I
trying
have
to think of
sending
it.
as a spell. If we need to.
Alas.
We can quote each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Y'all have
Right
Oopsie doodles.
So are you moving into the other rooms or?
Yes. If I'm sensing if it's coming from that room, if anything, I'm just gonna continue following if it's around the corner, basically.
Before you guys go in, this first room, the second room, as pictured as normal. If you still follow it, you pick it up, and it's even further down. Heading out, if you follow it, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I will keep following it basically. So if it's not in this room.
Well, I think.
Well, we're
Time
guests here.
And we're allowed to be
I'm
here.
getting a weird.
Just make sure.
No, it
Yes,
might,
but no.
I think time is
it
the
might seem
essence.
suspicious too.
And time is
if
of
we're
the
creeping
essence.
around.
Alright, well then let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Once you exit outside because the pull does pull you out that door.
Yeah.
And you get a strong signal from that far room all the way at the end.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it would be pulling maybe one of those Scooby-Doo moments, so just sprinting right up to get into the corner and then just whoop, and just full stop and then peer around the corner, just tier of head, just boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
and just see what's quickly there. As then I just have the ears first sense it, followed by the head, peering around the corner. What do I see, or if there's any senses picking up?
Yeah. Give me a perception check if you're physically looking.
I spy with my rabbit eye. 22.
That's certainly a good view. You peek into the room, and it is dark, except there is a sort of small light that's coming down from the ceiling. There is a jagged, crooked, almost just looks like an amethyst stone or something, and it's floating in the air, just slowly rotating, and it seems to be emanating a cone of light down onto the ground. In the cone of light, all in a pile, seemingly alive. They all are. You can see the breathing, but the sprinkles. At least you see the ones inside. Wayno, Lime, Reek, and Enor, all sort of in a pile in this little spotlight, and you see that they're asleep. They're their bodies are. You can see the rise and fall of breathing, and their eyes are closed, and that's kind of hanging open. You do see Lime, the mom. Her mouth is held open, and you see a little goblin creature standing on top of her with one foot on her nose and one hand on her bottom jaw, holding her mouth open, and pulls her tongue out and then pulls out a small blade.
Hey,
and gets ready.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna pick up next.
Oh my
God.
Hands off our hedgehogs!
There's plenty of good fabric out in the world. Don't make them out of tongues. Why would you make a cape out of tongues?
Oh my god.
That's just what you do when you're a creepy little
Tongue gobbling.
That's
tongue
Gobbling those tongues.
as written.
That's wild. Wow.
Dang.
Hey.
Grandma Husha's gonna be not happy.
Yeah.
Finds out
But there's
what's been
no
going
way
on.
these guys can.
Just wait till my Yelp review and it's
Right. So what else
But
happened?
presumably that's the bodies, like.
Well, find
man.
out next time. Thank you so much
It's
for
a
joining us here at
mystery and a
Tales of
fight.
Terragia, you guys. Come back next time to see just how many members of the party die in the next fight.
Stop.
Who's gonna keep their tongue?
Who gets to keep their tongue? And until next time, keep your tongue in your mouth.
Bye.